I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come take a look, give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Hey guys, a warm welcome to Wisdom from North. Today I would like to speak about comparison and how letting go of comparison can help us take that power back. So I started with this song from La Cage aux Folles because I think it has some wisdom in it. That main character, he really wanted to be okay with being himself. He didn't want to hide in this world anymore. And he said that I am my own unique creature. And what we tend to do, I feel like when I watch people and I look at myself, is that we tend to compare ourselves to others. Like put people on pedestals or envy other people, and we put a lot of focus on other people. And I want to give you some perspectives today and share a little bit about what has helped me when it comes to comparison and why I believe it's so important to actually pay some attention to how much we are comparing ourselves. So when I was in India in 2011, I was at this ashram and I was there because I wanted to awaken. That was my great goal at that time. I didn't awaken, but I got a lot of experiences. And I remember that those teachers that were there, I looked at them as like highly advanced, like people with expanded consciousness. Some of them were awakened. They were such wise people. And I put them on a pedestal. And one of these teachers, I remember he was very handsome. And I kind of looked up to him. You know, he's handsome, he was beautiful, he was Indian. But what I didn't like was that he spoke down to me. I would raise my hand in the class and he would speak condescendingly to me. And in a way, I just let him do that because, you know, he was so shiny, he was so mature and evolved. So I kind of let him get past with it because he was like more important than me. But it didn't feel good. And it wasn't before, like after a year of doing Wisdom from North, that I noticed that I had this tendency of putting people I admired on pedestals and feeling lesser than them. And I was asking myself, does this feel good to put people on pedestals? No. I mean, the result is that I feel smaller than them, I feel less important than them, and I don't keep my boundaries, for instance. And I realized that it didn't feel right that he talked to me in a condescended way. That wasn't okay. And I made a decision. I actually made a decision that he was not more important than me. He's not more valuable than me. And he's not more right in his way than me. Because what I understood was that we all just have different experiences. We can't really say, I feel that one experience is more important than another experience. They're just different experiences. So when I thought about that, I truly took my power back because I felt, you know, this is a truth that I want to anchor myself in. This is a truth that I want to live with, that I want to practice. And what this did to me was that I became more brave. With this belief system, I dared to ask the former Prime Minister of Norway for an interview because I thought, he's not more important than me. He's not more right than me. He's not more valuable. He just had a different experience, a very exciting experience, but I have my experience. And then I met him as an equal, and it was a beautiful interview. Now, I'm not saying to you, this is how you should think, but I just want to give you a perspective on how you can look at reality. And maybe that can serve you, maybe that can help you. And I would like to do now an exercise with you, and you can feel yourself if this resonates with you or if it doesn't. You know, that's for you to decide, all right? So I would like you to close your eyes right now and put your hands in your lap and feel that you are grounded, you are in contact with earth. And if you have crossed legs, decross them, uncross them. And when you're ready, you take a deep breath. And you just focus on your breath right now. And if there is a thought coming along, just let it slide and go back to your breath. Just keep your focus on your breath. And now you can think of a person that you have put on a pedestal. And if you can't think of a person right now, think of a person that you used to put on a pedestal when you were young, a little child perhaps. Now stand under that pedestal where that person is standing and notice how you feel. Do you feel good being below that man or woman on the pedestal? How do you feel? How does it make you feel? Valuable? Great or small? Lesser than? Just notice what you feel. And see now if you can bring that person down from the pedestal. And see if you can put that person right in front of you. So you're looking into the other person's eyes. And see if you now can communicate to that person that I admire you. I think you're wonderful and you're great. Thank you so much for all the inspiration you have given me. And now notice how that other person feels, and imagine that that person is giving you a smile and saying thank you. And now imagine that that person is saying exactly the same thing to you. Maybe he doesn't know you, but he is right in front of you right now, or her, and he or she is saying, I admire you too. I value your experience. Thank you so much that you are the one you are. Thank you for being you. Now you can sense in your body and in your heart how that feels. And you can say thank you for that dialogue. And when you're ready, you can feel that you get more energy in your body and you can shake it off, that feeling, whatever it is, and you can open your eyes again. I'm curious to hear, guys, what you feel about that exercise. For me, that has really helped to realize that nobody is lesser than me, nobody's more important than me, that we are equal. That is a belief system I choose to have, and it has helped me. Now, I want to talk about another nuance to comparison. So this is not where we are putting them on pedestals and we are under them, but we are actually envying them. Like, oh, you know, she's got all these things, like she just has so much money. I mean, no wonder she's managing to accomplish all these things because just money is growing on trees for her, you know, and blah, 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 you know. All right, so what happens when we envy others? I feel like the first thing that is happening is that we're giving all the energy to her. We're giving a lot of our power and our energy to that person. We're also spending time on it. Time and energy is precious. Now, that makes us have less time and energy to actually create what we want to create in life. The second thing that is happening is like we're showing the universe that we're lacking something. That person, she has so much money, she has this, she has that. I envy her. Then we're like shining out to the universe, beaming out that I lack this. I don't have it. And if you believe in the law of attraction, that life is a great mirror, that is what we are like shining outwards, and that is what we are receiving back. More lack. The third thing I feel is happening is that we look at life as a competition. I mean, since she's having that, I can't have that. We are competing about being the best person, or competing about just life in general, competing. That mindset of, she has that, I can't have that. So what happens then? Well, we live in fear. We live in fear that since she's having something, I can't have it. I'm not safe. I'm not having what I need to have. So the fear mindset gets big. All right, so what I've come to is that for me, it helps not to live in that fear. And I'm not saying that fear can disappear like that, but I've decided not to look at the world as a competition. Because I feel, what am I competing towards? Like, nobody is like me. Nobody is like you. You are unique. Now imagine that you have your whole past, like to the left here. That's your whole past. There's an expression that's called amor fati, love your destiny. Now that past, that destiny, that is there for me to help me become who I am today. Like everything I've done in my past, all the resources I've had, all the skills I'm born with, all the potential that I have, is there for me to have an experience of being Jannecke. So when I'm comparing myself to another person with her resources, her past, every experience that she has had, that doesn't make sense. How can I compare myself to her? I haven't even experienced anything of what she has experienced because I'm not meant to. I'm not meant to experience my experiences to make the best out of that or experience whatever I'm here to experience. It's like a dog doesn't say, I want to be a cat. The dog is supposed to bark, not to meow. And when we look at it like that, it's like, why would I compare myself? I mean, my mission in life is to be Jannecke and cultivate my uniqueness. Listen to my heart. It's saying that the heart has intelligence now. So when my heart is telling me, follow this dream, go for that dream, how can I compare my dreams to others? And how can other people come to you also and say, you shouldn't follow your dream? Because they're not in your heart. They haven't listened to your inner intelligence. So when we bring the focus back to ourselves and let go of comparison, we get so much more energy and focus on ourselves, on what we can create, and we let other people be who they are. We don't bother with what they're doing and comparing ourselves and lose energy on that. We fill ourselves up with abundance because life wants you to be you. It created you to be the unique you are. And I also think that the more you cultivate, your own gifts and talents, life will support you because life has a signature for you. Life wants to blossom like a flower wants to blossom through you. Now, we're human, right? So becoming envious is very natural and human. So if you find that even though you're practicing this, you find that, ooh, I got envious again. See if you can change that into inspiration. So that girl I was speaking about that I had in my mind when I was envious of a girl a time ago, I turned it around to inspiration. Wow, she's doing so much. She's achieving so much. And she has the resources already, so she doesn't need to bother about that. Like she has the money. Good for her. Good for her. She inspires me. And the beautiful thing about it, when we are inspired by other people, that means that there's something within us that is matching with them. We have some of the same potential in us that that person had. Otherwise, I wouldn't have so much energy towards that person. I wouldn't even be inspired or envious because there wouldn't be a match as it is called. So if we can turn around to something positive like that, to an inspiration, wow, that's where we get creative. When we're inspired, we're in spirit, we're in line, then the whole universe is cheering us up. I believe that. And that's such a more powerful place to create from. So let yourself be inspired by other people and try to be aware when you get envious, turn it around because it will benefit you. All of a sudden, you're taking the power back to yourself, and your goal is to become the most wonderful you that you are. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear from you in the comment section to hear what you felt about this, if you resonated, if not, what your perspectives are. We're here to share. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't before. Much light.